Hi there, it's Jason Blackman here from Just Pure. Welcome to my Sole Trader clip. It's something that I produce on a weekly basis, and if you have a look through my YouTube channel, you'll see all the blue clips relate to Sole Trader, so you can just flick through and have a look at whichever one you want to. So today I'm going to talk about tax calculations. I'm not going to get too detailed, I'm just going to show you how a basic tax calculation works, what rates of tax and NI you pay, and this is applicable to a sole trader because I've got self-employment on there, as you'll probably see. So if you like this video, please do give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and if you enjoy these videos, as I say, the sole trader ones are the ones in blue on my YouTube channel. So if you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you'll get updates whenever I produce a new sole trader clip, which is currently every week. So yeah, I run a practice called Just Pure, so if you want to contact me at my practice, then all the details are in the description. Now, today I'm going to talk about tax calculations. Now, as you'll see on the screen, I'm using Tax Filer, and this calculation is for 2019-2020, so it's a year or so ago, but it doesn't really matter what year I'm doing. I'm just going to talk about how tax calculation works when you're self-employed. Now, in this particular example, you'll see I've got two sources of income here. I've got employment income of 8,760 and I've got self-employment income of 15,000. So this is quite common. It's quite common for a sole trader to have a paid job on PAYE as well. So in this example, the sole trader has got 8,760 of employment income and they've got 15,000 of self-employment income. So the total income is 23,760, which is those two added together. Now, as you probably know, everyone gets a personal allowance, which is the amount that you're allowed to earn before you pay any tax. And in 1920, the 1920 tax year, I should say, the personal allowance was 12,500, as you'll see there. So the total income on which your tax is due will be the total income you've received, 23,760, less the personal allowance, which is 12,500. So that's 11,260. So that's what you effectively pay tax on for the 2019-2020 year, because although you've earned 23,760, you'll get a personal allowance of 12,500, which you don't pay any tax on at all. So your taxable income is 11,260. So if we go down to the tax section here, which is here, now you usually pay a basic rate of 20% of tax on your earnings. So it says here basic rate on 11,260, which is that figure there, because we've already taken off the personal allowance. So what we pay tax on is our income less the personal allowance, which is 11,260. So there we go, the basic rate of tax on this calculation is 11,260 at 20% basic rate, which is £2,252. So on that income there, we'd pay £2,252 income tax. Now, national insurance, which is slightly different, it's kind of another tax, but it's national insurance. Now, when you're self-employed, you pay Class 4 national insurance contributions and Class 2 national insurance contributions. Now, Class 2 national insurance contributions are what's been known in the past, I guess, as the NI stamp. The stamp that you pay, you used to pay it on a weekly basis, but it's now paid in your self-assessment return, so you pay it once a year. And for 1920 tax year, the Class 2 rate is £3 a week. Now, I think it's 159 because it's a 53-week year. So, but in ordinary circumstances, you'd pay Class 2 NI for being self-employed of £3 a week. So in this year, that works out to £159, and you'd pay that in your annual self-assessment tax bill. Now, jumping back up to Class 4 national insurance. Now, again, this is a tax that you pay for being self-employed, but again, you do get a kind of a personal allowance. It's called the lower profits limit. And so what that basically means is Class 4, you don't pay any Class 4 until you reach a certain amount of self-employed income. Now, in the 1920 year, that amount was 8,632. So anything above 8,632, you would pay Class 4 national insurance of 9%. Now, in this case, the self-employed profits, because that's all we're looking at for Class 4 NI, self-employed profits were 15,000. So if you take off the lower profits limit of 8,632, I'm just going to do that on my calculator, a few little taps, 15,000 minus 8632, which you don't pay any national insurance, any class 4 national insurance on, and that leaves 6368. So there we go. So I'll just explain that once more. We've got profits from self-employment of 15,000, but you get kind of a personal allowance, but it's called a lower profits limit of 8632. So you don't pay any class 4 national insurance on the first 8632 of your self-employed income. So 15,000 minus 8632 is 6368, and that's what you pay class 4 NI on, which is 9% in this year. It's been 9% for a few years, but as I say, we're just talking about the 1920 tax year here. So 6368 times 9% is £573.12. So just to summarise that again, we've got total income of 23,760. We've got a personal allowance of 12,500, which equates to £11,260, which we pay tax on. £11,260 at 20% tax basic rate is £2,252. Class 4 NI, it's based on self-employed profits of 15,000. We get a lower profits limit of 8632, so we pay class 4 NI on 6,368 of profits at 9%, which is £573.12, and we pay our class 2 stamp, as it were, which is £3 a week, which in this year equates to £159. So our total class 2 and class 4 NI is 73212, which is that figure there plus that figure there. So our total of income tax, class 2 and class 4 NI is £2,984.12. So that's the tax, the class 4 NI and the class 2 NI. So I hope that's clear. I'm going to talk about payments on account in another video because I don't want to make it ultra confusing. But the £2,984.12 relates to the total tax bill in this case for the 1920 tax year. As I say, payments on account are a different thing altogether, and I'll cover that in another video. But yeah, I hope that's helped just to give you a brief basic explanation of how a tax calculation is worked out and the sort of figures you'd be looking at when you're a self-employed sole trader, and how much tax and NI that you'd pay. Please give the video a like if you found it useful. Please subscribe to my channel and look out for the blue sole trader videos on a weekly basis, and I look forward to seeing you all again very soon.